Alright, I've got the battery hasn't got a full charge on it. It's only got a little bit of a charge, but the amps were going up on it, so it means it's starting to take a more charge. When it's fully charged, I've got to go back down to zero. Anyway, I was getting impatient and I wanted to see if we're going to get any electric flow or anything happening. So I've hooked it up. So we'll just turn the key and see if we get anything happen. So here we go. Lights. But I had to push I just touched the battery like on top of it, pushed it and it come on. So here we go. We've got lights, that's always a good sign anyway. That's an hour meter there, I don't know if it's coming up. 351 hours. So that's got nothing on it. For a 1998, 351 hours is nothing. Unless it doesn't go into thousands and it's gone around. So it's like 1,351, I don't know. We've got no fuel. Anyway. Let's see if it'll turn over. Not sure what that means. Right. Usually you might have to press on the brake on some of these to let it try and start. So I've got this one pressed down. Here we go. Nearly went. But now, nothing's happening again. So I've got a loose connection there by the looks of things. Oh yeah, that line's loose. Let me do that up, it might be alright then. There we go, so I tightened up the live terminal and then it turned over very slowly then stopped, so the battery didn't quite have enough charge in it. So just to see if we can get it to fire, I've got the old jumper pack on there, the old jumper. Hook that up. I'm going to put a bit of petrol in it and see if we can get it just to fire. And then if I know it's going to fire, I'll buy a new battery for it or charge that one overnight and see what happens. But yeah, let's put a bit of petrol in it and see what happens. Can only go 10 seconds, no, it's 5 seconds at a time, I think. 5 or 10 seconds at a time, that duty cycle on that jumper. When it ran, woo! Love it when an engine runs. Cool. Bloody smoky though. Woo! That's with the choke on. Well, at least it bloody run. At least we're getting somewhere if we can get it to run once. Right, let's turn it on again and see what happens. I don't like that. There's that pedal is an off, turns it off. I don't like that very much. That's no good at all. That isn't. We'll have to adjust that. But at least we got it running though. Oh, bloody sweet that is. At least we got it running. Sounds nice as well. I like a nice V-twin. I don't like it when they have safety devices. You know, some of them have a safety device. So if you get off the seat, it turns off. That's no good, man. You don't want that. You want it to be able to just leave it running so you can warm it up and go and do stuff and come back. You know, or just leave it running. But this pedal here, if you have to hold that in for it to run. As soon as you let go, it'll stop running. Which isn't any good at all, but that's alright. That's alright. Sweet, so at least we know that it runs, and it sounds pretty nice. It was running on both cylinders. Didn't backfire or misfire or nothing, so we've got a nice running engine there. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, to tell you the truth. I'll have to get a new air filter for it. Now we can try and put a deck on it. Now after that, I'll see if it actually drives. Alright, I'm going to try and disable the switch at some point, but for now I've jammed a hammer in there to try and keep that down. Hopefully it will stay there. And then we can start it up and leave it running for a little bit and have a walk around. Wonder if it'll turn over without the jump pack on. Oh. Not quite. You have to turn the old jump pack on quickly. So I've put this battery back on charge now I know that we've run, and I've noticed that we're a lot more amperages. I noticed before it was below the 5, and it started on 0 and went up to just below the 5. But now it's behaving as it should do. When I turned it on, it went up to 10, and now it's gradually working its way down to 0, and when it hits 0 it should be fully charged. So maybe I can live in hope and say that that little leaving it in there with it running for about 10 minutes did it some good and sort of bring it back into life again. So we'll just have to wait and see. You know, sitting outside, you know, for sort of 10 years and all the kind of weather and whatever, obviously it didn't do much good. And batteries, 12-volt batteries, car batteries, they don't like going flat. You know, that ruins them. They need to be kept fully charged really, but it might work, you never know. Right, well, I just got this back. She, after the first failed one, that never did come. Well, I was supposed to deliver it, but I never did. Anyway, someone else bought it, and they come and collected it promptly, lovely jubbly. And then about a couple of hours afterwards, they said, "Oh, it's stopped working. It's making a funny noise, and it's smoking." So I was like, "Bloody hell! All right, bring it back, you know, because I'm nice like that. Bring it back." Because I didn't have to, because I saw it working beforehand, but never mind. So let's actually see what has actually happened. I noticed that I didn't bother wrapping all the cable back up, because when I sold it, I wrapped the cable up nicely and cable tied it to the handle. But they've just kind of jumbled it up in a little jumble there. I dare say it's probably still got grass in it. Oh no, she took the grass out. Nice of her, wasn't it? Anyway, let's plug it in and see what the actual problem is. Now, if it's what she describes, it will start to smoke. Let's have a look. Well, no smoke. It is vibrating quite a lot. Well, I just had a little look about, turned it upside down, moved the blade and everything. Looked in there, opened up the grass box, and the belt, there's a little belt in there. Judging by the squeaking sound that it made, I think the belt's loose and vibrating. Like as the belt's going round, it's like vibrating because it's loose, and it's making the whole thing vibrate. So if I get a new one, it should be alright. Anyway, so I've got a few things to do now, but now I know that this runs alright. If it'll ever come into focus on it. But now I know that it runs. Yeah, there we go. I knew we'd get there eventually. Yeah, now I know it runs, we'll be alright. This battery is going to be on charge now, you know, for the rest of the afternoon and most of the night. I'm not going to leave it here overnight charging, but there you go. So I'm going to have to wait until we find out if this is alright. And I guess sort of tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, I'll get to putting the deck on it. I'll have to shuffle things about and we'll have a look at the deck. So in the next video we'll have a look at the deck, we'll put the deck on, and by then we should have a working battery, so we should be able to start it up whenever we want to start it up, and then we can test the deck out. And I'll take you for a ride. I'll go down the road on it and see what happens. Anyway, sweet.